Hello, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, wherever you are. I'm Sheikh Muhammad Ismail. From now on, we will going to discuss one of the important matters for a long period, which is about Kashmiri issues. And August 5th, Kashmiri marking Kashmiri Days. And this regards, we have to discuss so many things, inshallah. Today's guest going to be our beloved brother Latif Farooq. Latif Farooq, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam warahmatullah.
And welcome to the program. And we're going to talk about Article 370, which is acknowledge the
Yes.
special status of the state of Jammu and Kashmir in terms of autonomy and its ability to formulate laws for the state permanent resident. And there is this regard, the Kashmiris in Kashmir and also worldwide, they are protesting against the abrogation or nullification of Article 370, which is 2019 and approved by the Indian government. And I'm going to ask you first question, can you explain the significance of this Article 370?
Is it okay?
Yes,
Can I
you can
start
continue.
now?
Yeah, it is online now.
Okay.
I'm just asking, and can you explain
Yeah,
370
I'll
article?
speak now. Okay. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Article 317 is a very important article in the Indian Constitution. You see, to understand this Article 370, we need to know a little background about it. Kashmir is almost the people, they call it the heaven on earth. It is bordering India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and China. You see, in 1422, Mughal ruler Zainulabdin took charge of, they became the ruler of Kashmir. And this continued, and the 1422 to 1477, they say the golden period of Kashmiri's life. And in 1527, Emperor Akbar annexed this with the empire, with India. So this continued. And in 1846, during the British rule, British imperial power, British colonial power, they occupies. But they sold it to the Godra ruler, Gulab Singh, for 750,000 rupees. Imagine the entire state of Kashmir together with the people were sold by British occupier to another alien. He's not even a Muslim, he's not a Kashmir. Gulab Singh for 750,000 rupees. And Gulab Singh is like Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah, a cruel man. He's been very cruel towards the Kashmiris. They suffered a lot under him. Killing them for reasons, skinning them, starving them, keeping them out of development, everything, all sort of things he did here. And in 1947, when India was divided into India and Pakistan, India and subcontinent became two countries. And at that time, Kashmir Raja, the ruler at that time was Gulab Singh. He, without consulting the Kashmiri people, acceded to India, which he can't do because he was a ruler, but he was not a Kashmir. So acceded. But Pakistan is opposed it. Sorry, Kashmir is opposed it. They said it is our land. We should decide our fate. And Pakistan also supported that move. So this dispute started during the partition itself. And it continued for a long time. India took up the issue to Parliament. Before India took up the issue, Nehru told Pakistani Prime Minister Liaquat Ali Khan that once situation comes to normal, you will hold a plebiscite in Kashmir and let the Kashmiris to decide whether they want to go independent, whether they want to join Pakistan or whether they want to join India. So that was clearly agreed. That was announced in the Indian television also. No television at that time, Indian radio. It was also announced. That was Jawaharlal's pledge. Jawaharlal Nehru's pledge. Later, Pakistan Pakistan accepted this. Okay, Pakistan accepted. They were willing to go with the proposal. One situation becomes normal in Kashmir, so they will. India has given a pledge to hold a plebiscite and allow the Kashmiris to decide the destiny of them. But this dispute continued, but nothing was happening. So finally, the dispute was going on between Pakistan and India, and it was India which took up the issue to United Nations. Resolution after resolutions, committee after committee, meeting after meeting. But every time Pakistan agrees on something, India said no. They were dodging, evading. They were not really giving a chance to Kashmiris to express their wish through a plebiscite. They are not given the chance. So this continue along. And and in the United Nations also, they appointed so many commissions. It became so difficult to deal with India. I mean, they were changing their stance every time. Lord Avebury, the British human rights chief, has said all in the world should get together and fight with Kashmir, together with Kashmiris against India. So fed up with it. So this continued like this. There were 3 wars between the two, India and Pakistan, destructive war. And also during this period, there were India, rather than winning the hearts and minds of Kashmiris, unleashed wave of violence. They tried to crush the Kashmiris by violence and keep them under control. This continued. But during the partition time, both Lord Mountbatten, India and Pakistan came up with a article in the Indian Constitution. There was an article in Article 370. In that Article 370, India, Kashmiris can have self-rule, autonomy. But when it comes to defense, finance, and communications, these 3 aspects, central government will deal. But rest, they can have their own assembly, they can have their own police, they can have their own constitution. This situation went on like this. But Kashmir, while this was continuing, while India was invading, Kashmir is repeatedly demanding India to hold the plebiscite. But India was avoiding. This went on. As I told you, 3 wars between India and Pakistan. So the more the Kashmiris demanded, more the Indian government crushed them. The atrocities unleashed by the Indian government, successive government, was so much. In 1991, late Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, at a press conference, said in Delhi that India has committed so much atrocities towards Kashmiris that we may have lost Kashmiris, but we have failed to win the hearts and minds of it. So this, in a nutshell, is Article 370. This Article 370, when Modi became Prime Minister 8 years ago, on August 5th, 2019, they moved a resolution in the Parliament removing this Article 370. Once it was removed, it became part of India. Whereas India, Kashmiris did not want to become part of India. So they want to continue. They were demanding self-rights. They were demanding plebiscite. For them to decide their own fate. But India didn't. So there are a large number of resolutions, UN resolutions, international pledges by Nehru and all the successive prime ministers, and other assurances. And despite all those things, Modi government on 5th August 2019 submitted resolution in the Parliament removing this 370, and they passed this resolution in the Parliament with majority. They passed, and thereby overnight Kashmiris were deprived of their autonomy and rights. They were just made not separate autonomous region, but part of India. And also they passed other resolutions that saying that in the past, under the autonomy, that no one from non-Kashmiris were not allowed to go and settle down, not allowed to buy land or settle down in Kashmir. But that restriction is removed now. And they started sending all the Hindutva fellows, buying land there, settling them there, and so that they followed the Israeli style. Israel is also brought the Jews from Europe and other places, settled down, and today the Israeli state is there, and some areas Israel is a majority, Palestine nothing. This is the same situation they want to do. This is Article 70, yes, 370, yes.
Okay, I
But
would like to ask this way, like a 2019 Indian BJP government promised to the Hindus, and we're going to annex Kashmir with India.
yeah,
So the Kashmiri, they had a special privilege to have decision to make themselves for autonomy
yeah,
themselves. That was the Article 370. They scrapped that Article 370.
yes, scrapped it.
And now, and last 2 months plus, and we can see in the media, especially in South Indian media, the Manipur issue is coming. And
Yeah.
even the Manipur issues, the Adivasis, they have this special privilege. And the BJP ruling party, they want to stop that privilege and also giving the same state for those people who are living in the valley, Impel Valley. And my question is, India is a bigger country. India's constitution has different, what is called a special arrangement for Adivasis and also Muslims, especially the Kashmiris. What BJP want to achieve through annexing or nullifying this special arrangement? What they want to achieve?
You see, India is an expansion program. There was a guy called Madhav. He is a top Indian BJP leader. Once he made a statement to Al Jazeera television saying that Indian border stretching from Afghanistan, not Pakistan, from Afghanistan to Thailand. So that means Pakistan is included, Sri Lanka is included. So they have an expansion program. But
That's Hindu Rashtra.
they want to set up the Hindu Raj. This is a dream. But we can see how it's collapsing. But you started speaking about Manipur. I tell you, Manipur, in the areas where the cookies, Adivasi is living, lot of mineral resources are there. Mineral resources. So they want to take over that send the Hindus there, take over that land and get this Ambani to exploit the whole resources. That is the main thing. So this program, what happened, what the atrocities took place in Manipur was with the blessings of central government. You can't say that. Now stories are coming out. Now you see, not one or two women, so many women, hundreds of people, women were raped and people are killed. So many people are killed. But this everything kept out of the media, out of the world. Whilst the BJP and the thugs were perpetrating all the crime in Manipur, Prime Minister Modi was going to India, going to America, going to France, going to United Arab Emirates and all the places. Showing. But they never highlighted the atrocities. But he was aware of it. So this is BJP program here. This is the Manipur issue is something different. Manipur issue is only to get the Hindus to take over the Adivasi land, the Cookies land, and exploit the resources there, natural resources. There are plenty of so many things are there. I don't know various resources there that they want to exploit. They will give it to Ambani. That's it. Yeah. This is. Then they were having and very well organized BJP campaign. This is. Now things every second things are coming out here. But in the case of Kashmir, it is different. Kashmir, they are the sons and daughters of this place. They were living there for generations to generations. And they are very peaceful people. They never invaded a place there. They never attacked anybody. They are very farmers, peaceful people. But they were never allowed to live in peace ever since the British occupation authority, British colonial power, signed an agreement with Gulab Singh in 1846. Since then, Kashmiris were virtually tortured, butchered, and but things all inhuman things they committed on themselves here. And they were kept downtrodden, kept poverty stricken, illiterate like this here. This situation continues still, but all the things are changing now. Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I want to bring Britain, British part in this continuing atrocities. More than 70 years on, and the British, they left the decision to make by the Kashmiris, but until now, United Nations or the Commonwealth, no one interested to bring the peace and the justice to the Kashmiris. And the Kashmiris in Kashmir and also around the world, they always remembering and fighting the right for themselves. And I want to get some of the highlights what British Raj did to Kashmiri issues until now.
British Raj at that time of partition in 1947, if they wanted to, they could have done something at that time rather than keeping it, in the side, so that there's a dispute. That's a source of a dispute, source of friction between the two countries. They divided India into two, Pakistan and India, and this they could have sorted out. Now, who created British this Kashmir issue? British created at that time. Okay, during the time they could have held the plebiscite and decided they could have, and they allowed how did they allow this Gulab Singh, the ruler Gulab Singh, Hindu. He's not a Muslim. He's not like a Kashmiri Muslim. For him to exceed, and some say that he exceeded only three things, not the Kashmiri rights: defense, telecommunications, and finance. These are things they say. But we must not forget two most burning issues were created by British. Palestine, 19 about 100 years ago, only 5%, 4% of the Palestinians were Jews. They brought together with Zionist movement Jews from all over the world, settled them there, massacred the Palestinians, created Israel in violation of the United Nations, the concept of United Nations itself here. And if you see the way the resolution passed in the Palestine on Palestine, they bribed the people, the members. Many countries were bribed and blackmailed by Zionist lobbies to vote in favor of the resolution partitioning Palestine. But here in this case, that didn't happen. In this case, they simply handed over. They go, this, what's his name? This Gulab Singh, the ruler, handed over. But at that time, they could have done something. But they won't. They know this will go. This will be a bone of contention between the two countries. They know this will continue for generations to come. So they allowed it to continue. They're making money. They're selling weapons. It's the worst business for Britain, France, Belgium, Russia, United States. One of the best income is war, killing people, destroying countries, selling weapons. So see, this they are doing it here. So even now that Modi is going, Modi is buying billions and billions of dollars worth of arms weapons from France to other places. So this continues here for their own benefit. Britain did it here. These two issues. Go on, please.
Okay, United Nation, and normally United Nation almost all the time they are saying they are bringing the peace among the countries which they have the conflict between the neighbors. But regarding the Kashmiris and the United Nations, they didn't do anything. And what is your highlights regarding United Nations contribution or not contributing to the peace in that region?
United Nations, they have done a lot with regard to Kashmir. So, they appointed commissions, they passed resolutions, and commission after commission, and the committee after committee, meeting after meeting. So hundreds of meetings were with Kashmiris, with Indians, Pakistani. But United Nations can't take any measure like what they did in Iraq because that West didn't want to displease India. They want West, US and Europe wanted the issue to continue. Kashmir is getting killed, Kashmir is bleeding, Kashmir women being raped. It's not their concern. As it happened in Iraq,
Yeah.
as it happened in Syria, Libya, now it is happening in Sudan, and also last 3 days ago it's going to take place in Niger. So
Okay. Yeah.
hmm?
Yeah, currently in India, in Mysore, more than 350 churches burned down, and also many villages burned down. More than, I think, 5,000 or 6,000 cases, I think, registered in the police, and the more than 200 people or 150 people killed. And especially, I would like to highlight that against the Kuki tribes, mostly they are Christian. Even though Christian churches burned down, why the West, especially the West, European Union and Britain, England, and America, these countries are silenced?
There are two reasons for it. One is, the anti-Muslim campaign unleashed by the West, US, Europe, to justify their wars in Muslim countries, demonize Muslims as terrorists, demonize Islam as teaching violence and that and this and all, and justify their destruction of Muslim countries. They want to do this here. And they, in that aspect, now Modi is with them. Modi is one of the main agenda is destroying mosques, killing Muslims, persecuting Muslims, and whatever he could do. Now that he is going to bring some uniform law, you see, which will make strip Muslims of many rights here. So also in India, a few months ago, about 6 months ago, one high priest, a very prominent priest, said, "Why don't we do a genocide of Muslims? Kill 300 million people." So this is the type of madness prevailing under the present government there. You see, last week, a BJP thug, I would call him a thug, murderous thug, went into a mosque and told the Imam to say Jai Sri Ram. And Imam said no, kill him. So that is where this is justice. This is what happened in India. India is no more the peaceful India what Mahatma Gandhi dreamt and who this Prime Minister Nehru tried to create. But now it's different in India now. This is a situation now. Every Muslim is a target. Islam is a target. Top to bottom, Muslim clothes are target, Muslim shops are target, Muslim. Now they're given back to mosque, Banas. So they're busy with this mosque and that, and there's no persecution of Muslim taking place. That is continuing here. In that respect, the Modi is with West. Western Modi, they get along. Also, for the West, business is very important. India is a big market. That is
Yes.
one of the main reasons.
They don't want to
So
lose the business with India. They
with them,
don't want to lose the
what should
business
they
in
worry
India.
about Muslims? They are with the fascists here, Hindutva fascists. What is the difference between Hindutva fascists and Zionist? Name, same.
Yes. Normally, the Muslim.
Nowhere in the world, the community is allowed to kill the sons and daughters of Israel, like it is taking place in Israel, and like taking place in India. But we must be careful. In this Hindutva is not the policy of the Hindu by and large good Hindus. Now see in Manipur, see all over India, people are coming out. Hindus are coming out. Muslims are pursuing number. Hindus are coming out against this injustice, against crime, against shame. So Hindus are also against this. I don't know how Modi won this last two elections. We can't say. But by and large, there are a large number of Hindus, educated Hindus, good Hindus. They don't like this. Is there anywhere in Hinduism says, go and kill the Muslims? Go and kill the Christians? No.
Yeah, I do
This is
understand.
the BJP, RSS fascism. RSS itself is created by whom? By Britain. While Muslims are fighting freedom, fighting for India's freedom, RSS was kissing the feet of British imperial power. This is RSS. This is
No, I want to bring your attention regarding the Muslim community. Normally, they are expecting our Muslim rulers will protect our rights anytime. But unfortunately, and our rulers, especially United Emirates and also Saudi Arabia, openly welcoming BJP leaders and also they are welcoming with the red carpet and big gifts and the normalizing the relationship between Indian government nowadays. And in my opinion, and the Muslims are and disappointed from their rulers. What is your remark regarding this?
You see, after the June 1967 war, there was some amount of demoralization in the Middle East, overall demoralization. But lately, the last 20 to 25 years, America has installed, Britain has installed, France installed their puppets there. Gulf sheikhs, they don't think for themselves. The Americans and British are thinking for themselves. Now I tell you that the importance given by United Arab Emirates to Modi, shameful thing, shameful. You know why? Last 2 weeks ago, Modi went to, while these people raped and massacred in Manipur, he was there in United Arab Emirates. Entire Burj, the tallest building in the world, there's a Burj, decorated with the Indian flag. The entire, top to bottom, decorated Indian flag. And also half the building, the side, Modi's picture. Shameful thing. They have lost all sense of dignity and they have nothing to do with Islam. You talk about Islam, the present Gulf rulers have nothing to Islam. Now, for example, there were reports in the Middle East Monitor and the Middle East Eye saying that there are a large number of people writing how United Arab Emirates is financing France's anti-Muslim campaign. Can you believe this?
Yeah.
And now they have the Gulf rulers now, present rulers, they love India, they love Modi. They have nothing to do with Islam. They have forgotten Allah, they have forgotten Islam, they have forgotten Muslim. That's the present state of affairs.
Okay. What is
And
your
being a Muslim, I can tell you, is a disqualification in the Gulf.
Okay. What
They
do you
all
want
have very close relations with Israel. Very close, but they don't want to show. With the people I know, I lived there for 24 years. I know what the people are burning all over Middle East.
Yeah.
All over Middle East, all the Arab uprising took place 11 years ago and it was crushed. But even today, it's a volcano to be, it can erupt any moment. People are crushed. People
In
are
your
poverty,
opinion,
money. Huh? They're my
in your
opinion.
opinion,
I share this with the people. People tell me this. In Egypt,
no, yeah, I want to
Syrians,
bring this way.
Jordanians, Gulf people.
In your opinion, there is no hope from the Muslim rulers, but still the Muslim all over the world, they stand for Kashmir, they support for Kashmiri cause. And what is your sincere advice to the Kashmiris in Kashmir and also all over the world? And also, what is your advice for those Muslims who stand for the Muslims' rights, especially the Kashmiri rights, to for their independence? What is your advice for them?
Kashmiris will continue their right, the fight to right for their rights. They will continue to sacrifice their lives. They will continue to suffer. They will continue to get tortured and do everything, whatever the pain and the sufferings inflicted by the BJP government, they will endure that. But one thing, in the Middle East, I lived in the Middle East and moved with the ordinary people all over. 100% their hearts are with Kashmiris. Rulers are puppets. Rulers are British puppet, American puppet. They are protected by okay, brother. In Egypt, 11 years ago, there was an election. In the election, for the first time, in 61 years, first time in 61 years, Mohammed Morsi was elected in a free and fair election as president. What did they do? Immediately after that, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates and Kuwait got together. Of course, they were plotting with Israelis and Americans and British got together. They don't want that brotherhood, pro-brotherhood government there. That's the people's government, elected by the people. They don't want their, the three countries, Saudi, United Arab Emirates, and Kuwait, spent $11 billion to create artificial food shortage, artificial petrol shortage, and then create uprising. In that uprising, there was a military coup. The present man, Sisi, Abdel Fattah Sisi, overthrew him. Who elected president, Morsi. He was dumped in the prison, ill-treated, very bad ill-treated, and not provided proper food. He died there and buried in an insignificant place here. So that is the present situation. Now there's that difference between the rulers and the people. 320 million people, they are prisoners. 322 rulers are the prison guards, you can say. They are placed in the West. Look here, last month, this month, what did they do in Jenin? Even the Palestine Authority fellow, Yes, people with the security trained people. Did they go and fight for them? Did they go and defend them? No, they are all together. Even the PA, Palestine Authority, is with them, with this group here, the dictators. The
Yeah.
Middle East, that's why I tell you, whenever I go to Middle East cities, now I don't go because I can't go because earlier when I went, people speak out their hearts, minds. Most brutalized, oppressed people.
Hmm. So we will
So
come to the
rulers are
Kashmiri. Yeah, yeah,
they don't want to talk about, no, brother, they don't talk about Kashmir now.
yeah.
They don't talk
My
about
point
Kashmir
is
now.
like when we
World
talk
Muslim
about the
Congress,
Kashmiri.
no, World Muslim Congress, World Muslim League, or OIC, Organized Islamic Congress, did they issue a statement? They are forgotten.
No,
But,
just yeah, this regards are going to come. When we come to the Kashmiris, normally we expect, the like Pakistan always supporting the Kashmiri cause.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Pakistani government always supporting the Kashmiri cause. And now we can see political crisis in Pakistan is very wide. And unfortunately, the one of the statistics saying 70% of the Pakistanis they love Imran Khan, and also the 98% of the Pakistanis who live in abroad they support Imran Khan. But now Imran Khan is under house arrest, and anybody talking about Imran Khan's political ideology or about Imran Khan, maybe if I'm talking as a YouTuber, my YouTube will be banned, and also if I'm talking from one of the news outlet, that my news outlet will be my license will be taken. This way it's went. And what is the hope from the Kashmiris, from the Pakistani side? Is
You
there
see,
any hope from the
Pakistan,
Pakistanis?
if you ask me, 100% Pakistanis, they support Kashmiris. They can support. They don't support me. They are not supporting to go and fight a battle here. No, they say for their struggle for peaceful struggle for to win their freedom, win their rights, win their human rights. They are supporting them. They let the Pakistanis, Kashmiris decide it. In the case of Imran Khan, he was the elected prime minister. He was trying to do something in the country. What he was trying to do, he was trying to create a country where country depend itself. He said he doesn't want America, Pakistan foreign policy or any policy to be decided on a telephone call from Washington. So he was trying to do something that West won't tolerate. They want satellite states like the Middle East rulers. Yes, sir, you are the best man, you are the nice man, I will do anything. Kill your own people. That type of attitude here. That's there. But the government in Pakistan is illegal government.
Yes.
Americans bribed MPs, got them to vote. Imran Khan's MPs got them to vote against Imran Khan in the unmounted, the no confidence motion, defeated. And now that it's set aside, but people are with Imran Khan.
Okay. Now
People are
yeah.
not with Shabir, Pakistan government or army here. People are with Imran Khan. I would say not 80, 70%, maybe 90% here.
Okay. I would like to ask you the final question. More than 50 years of your journalism, you write maybe 50 years ago about Kashmir. Still, Kashmir is not get its rights. What is your wish regarding Kashmir?
Regarding Kashmir, I wish both Pakistan and India sit together and discuss the matter and allow Kashmiris to decide their destiny. If they want to go, have a separate state, let them have it. If they want to join India, okay. If in the plebiscite, if they say we want to join India, go ahead. India, let it be with India legally in a very decent way. But if they want to join Pakistan, let them decide there. But this method of now, I tell you, brother, there are areas. I told you earlier also, Rajiv Gandhi said the atrocities committed by Indian forces, even now every day it is intensifying more and more. Kashmir has never had a peaceful life after 370 was removed. And I tell you, Indian forces, they go there, get all men in that area, go to take them to a place where they say for questioning. And here and the women are raped and gang raped and killed also. Now I tell you, in the Indian ministry accepted that since 1989, since 1989, 9,765 Kashmiri women disappeared. Where did they go? All arrested, tortured, killed, and buried in unknown places here. There. And last year, 1,100, last 3 years, 1,148 cases of missing women. That is below 18. 8,617 women missing above 18 last 3 years. This was confirmed by the Indian minister itself. You can get the name if you go or the Google, get the name. So this is state of affairs. When a Kashmir, a conservative man, when he comes home, he sees his children are raped, wife raped. So what sort of mentality they will have? What sort of life? And after that, will the family will be in a proper frame of mind? This is where I tell you, Kashmir will now what they want to now Modi what they are doing, taking Hindutva fellows, Hindutva racist, racist fellows, settling them rather, but they will not be able to do that. Kashmir is Kashmir, unless peaceful means comes.
Yeah, I want to ask you this question also, sir. Political independence for Kashmir is the solution, as most people are highlighting. Who are the obstacles to bring the political independence to Kashmir?
The only obstacle is India. They are asking
India.
political. Look, they are asking political this freedom, not from China, not from Pakistan. India is occupied country. They say Indian occupied Kashmir. Indian occupied Jammu and Kashmir, IOJK. So they are asking India to be reasonable. But India's method is crushing them. I told you how the women are raped, gun raped on the family in their own houses. And that's what is killing them. Some of them, but where they are living. So you see, these atrocities created more and more enmity and hatred towards India.
Okay, another thing. Autonomy for the region of Kashmir was nullified by Article 370. Do you think in the future, like a Congress party will give the autonomy for the region of Kashmir?
I don't know whether the Kashmir is good for India, that if in case, now, of course, in Modi and is thoroughly exposed. What did Modi do in the last 8 years? Crush the media. So media doesn't tell the truth. What is happening in India, do not know. People do not know. I tell you now, for the 75 days, people in India didn't know what was happening in Manipur. The rape took place, gun rape took place, attack took place, massacres took place. Didn't know India. They kept the media closed. Internet locked up here. So you see, this can't continue. Kashmir is not going to give up their political rights. They want to live, independently. But they want to live in peace with India and peace with Pakistan also, even China also. So India is now, I tell you, India wanted to, this RSS BJP agenda is to turn India into Hindu Raj. Is it possible, brother? India is a great country. It's a rich country. It's an Asian country where civilization, and moreover, what is India without Mughal Empire? What is Mughal Empire's contribution? Mughal Empire was contribution. What is India without the Mughal Empire? Even today, about 2 weeks ago, there was a story. This low-caste man, he was outside the temple, he was praying. The 4-5-year-old son was there next to him. He just entered the temple. So he was taken, arrested, fined. So this is the type of barbarity perpetrated by RSS government. Brahmin government here, this is. So this Brahminism, now look at the Indian YouTube, since the Manipur problem came to the surface, see the number of Hindus. All Hindus are coming out. You can't associate Hindus, decent Hindus, good Hindus, who practice Hinduism, with this RSS fascists. Are thugs and hooligans. What is their contribution? Who are they? They're Brahmin. On one side, Abraham's children in Palestine. The other side, they say, we are also Abraham. Brahmin, Abraham. We are also the branch of Abraham. They are doing this. So Brahman tyranny, this is. And if you see the history of how they treated the Hindus, even now how they are treating, what Hinduism they are talking here? Complete violation of the human rights in the modern era. That in 2022 this is happening. 100 years ago, okay. 200 years ago, okay. Now the Kashmir, I tell you, until India comes down to earth and talk to Kashmiris and then come to a settlement, this struggle will continue. And they have seen so much of atrocities. They have seen rape. They have seen gun rape. They have seen the children, parents being killed in their own presence, kicked and killed. So the atrocities committed by them, by India, how can they call India decent democracy? Fascism was the worst order.
Yeah.
What India doing in Kashmir, fascism was the worst order here.
Yes, sir.
Even
And
did Congress government also.
yeah, for the conclusion, if I say overall, the dialogue between India and Pakistan over the Kashmir conflict has failed to create any meaningful solution in the past. And there are people, they are always proposing Kashmir independence. Though this proposal is not getting popular support from India and from the world. And I think always Kashmiri issue put in, I think, second, third, fourth, maybe the issue for bringing the peace in the area. Unfortunately, this is continuing. Those people who are standing with the Kashmiris, always they are giving the voice, like yourself, every year. You are giving some article.
All reasonable people all reasonable people all over the world. People, Arundhati Roy, she's a Muslim.
No.
The large number of Hindus, even this Mahatma Gandhi's grandson said, the Indian atrocities on Kashmir means India has lost Kashmir. Mahatma Gandhi's grandson says. So you see, every reasonable man, every decent man, every man who thinks of justice, he thinks, okay, talk to them. What the Kashmiris asking? Are they trying to invade India? No, they want to
Yeah.
live with dignity, with their own rights in their own land.
You know,
Don't manipulate.
shall we say this way? Like BJP in power for Modi in power for last 9 years, and he
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
be like
okay.
another 1 year. But he brought very hard time for the Hindus and the Indians who live in abroad and also who lived in India. And one of the good example, the 2002 Gujarat issue, and after that, in many places, time to time they did it, and they're now going on in Manipur. And 2024 election going to be the game changer, as always expecting. And we hope, we pray, and may Almighty Allah bring the peace and the tranquility and giving the rights to the Kashmiris. And also we pray for those people who stand for rights of the Kashmiris. And a final 1 minute remark regarding this matter, sir. What do you want to say as a final remark?
Well, remark, the Indian government should come down to earth, talk to them, discuss, and it's give and take should be there. They should be given there from the beginning, from the time they went into United Nations. They say one thing, they do one thing. They say one thing, they do one. Even the United Nations, Britain, all Australian government, all government got involved with India, they're fed up. But they were not straightforward, they were honest. In the meantime, while they're talking, we'll do this, we'll do that, they were strengthening their hold on Kashmir, legally, economically, and various means. So this culminated in the cancellation of abrogation of the Article 370. But even after that, Kashmiris are fighting. Even today, they are fighting. So they will continue to fight till the last son of and daughter of Kashmir is alive. You see the barbarity that is unleashed in Kashmir, unbelievable. They have now, for example, Sri Lanka. They don't write anything about, in the media, don't write anything about the Indian atrocities in Kashmir. India is virtually bought out the entire media. No media in Sri Lanka, Sinhalese, English or Tamil, they won't write anything about it. So this is what they, now in India also, the media, no freedom. Indian journalists are killed also. You see, you go against the other. So now, people have come to know now. So the RSS also coming to an end. RSS racism, RSS criminality is coming to an end. So unless this is end, I tell you, India, they won't. I tell you, unless BJP is removed and unless the RSS is removed, we don't need enemies to destroy India. They would do the job.
Okay, finally, I want to conclude here, and one of the beautiful quotation one of the scholar mentioned. And for those who are upholding the human values and the values of Almighty Allah, and this is a big test for us because the injustice is spread all over the world. Those people who are and wishing and hoping the justice prevail, and they should uphold the values, which is the justice and the peace for whole humanity. So I think this big test for us, and also the test for those people who are not from the Muslim community, because they should stand with the justice, not with injustice. They should stand with the rights of the people, not the nullifying the rights of the people. So this is a big, I think, a message for Indians, because if they are not standing for justice, they will find atrocities. Because when it happened 2002 for the Gujaratis, they said this is for Muslim, and then
What
now
about what
when
about
it came to the
2020?
Christian
2020 in Delhi? They did the
in
same
Delhi,
thing.
same thing, and
The
also
same
the
thing. Now what's happening
2023
in all over India? Same
in
thing.
Manipur, and this will continue because they're saying in South Indian media is they are speaking a lot regarding the Manipur. I
Yeah.
found, and they're saying if you are not holding the values which we need to defend the rights of the woman, defend the rights of the people who are already find the difficulties in all corners, and one day it will come to our home, and we will suffer the same way which Gujarati suffered, and also which the same way the Mysore people suffered. Once again, Latif
So
Farooq
I want
and
to tell you one thing is, Sheikh, we should not judge India by BJP and RSS. It's a great country. The country produced with great intellectuals. Even now, now people in India see the way they're coming out against this fascism. See,
yes,
North literacy rate is very low.
I
Literacy
totally
rate is very
agree.
low.
I
South,
totally agree with you.
South, in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and this place, what is Kerala, people are coming out. Men and women are coming out talking. Not many Muslims, maybe 2-3% Muslim, but 98% Hindus. They are coming
Yes,
out. So you see, there is hope for India. These
yes,
evil elements will go.
yeah.
I'm
Finally,
sure.
I
Maybe
want
it's
to
not today,
conclude.
or somewhere, yeah. Huh?
Yeah, finally, I
But
want to
people
conclude
really.
with this one. There are people and listeners, there are people always, they are giving the voice to the voiceless people. So please join the people who are giving the voice to the voiceless people. This is our motto, because no matter we are in abroad or in local, and in Sri Lanka or in abroad, and we are with the people who are suffering, and also we are talking to the people and to clarify what is going on in the world. And we are not directly from Kashmir, but we want Kashmiri find the peace. And when the Kashmiri found the peace, it will giving the peace in neighbor countries as well. Thank you very much, Latif Farooq. And once again, we
It's
will
my
meet.
pleasure. Yeah.
Jazakumullah khairan.
Thanks.
Friends, and inshallah you are watching in YouTube and also in Facebook, and 5th of August is one of the great day, and we need to remember the rights of the Kashmiris. We need to talk about the Kashmiri issues, and we need to discuss what is the solution for them. At least we need to talk about the Kashmiri issue, and also we need to say who are the people defending the Kashmiris rights. Jazakumullah khairan for watching. Once again, Latif Farooq uncle, Jazakumullah khairan, and we will catch up in another program. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Welcome.